whispering. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And I decided to whisper this episode because it's pretty quiet right now, and I kind of liking the quietness, and I didn't want to be so loud and talkative and stuff. So I thought that the best thing for me to do would be to whisper this episode. And also, I just felt like I'm kind of a big fan of, well, not a big fan. I like ASMR, so I thought that this would be kind of a fun thing. So if you hear any other outside noises or whatnot, you know what I mean, just know that's not me, okay? Unless I trip or fall or make some other involuntary noise, alright? But anyways, I thought since I'm whispering this episode, I might as well talk about ASMR or some other stuff, or kind of some interesting facts. And I'm mainly doing that because, I don't know, there's so much about it that's kind of unique and fun and cool about it, you know what I mean? I definitely think it's relaxing. I don't know what the full-on, benefits of it are, or how it affects certain people. You know, obviously everybody's different, right? Certain sounds that I like, you may not like, and so on and so forth. So I thought that would be kind of interesting to look at. So I have a fact thing here, so it's gonna let me know. So apparently ASMR was first mentioned online in 2007, and there's an ASMR university, and they kind of get a buildup of all of the research and kind of articles or things that people talk about ASMR, or their experiences, right? They basically compile a bunch of data on it, and they kind of let people know that okay, this is what we found out, this is what we know about ASMR, or how it affects certain people, and they have a website for it, and it's just that's how it became ASMR. That's how it was made majorly popularized, you know what I mean? Back in 2007, dude, I was in second grade back then, you know? Imagine how different my life would be if I had, you know what I mean? If I had ASMR back then, or if I knew what it was early on in life, you know what I mean? It's gotta be so interesting now for kids who are having sleeping problems, and they have so many more solutions for it now than they did, I guess, back then. Although back then I didn't really have trouble sleeping. It was more so you know, I was staying up too much, you know what I mean? I had so much youthful energy, I didn't want to go to sleep. But anyways, I love the feeling of the perfect nighttime routine, or that perfect moment where you know you're gonna have a good sleep, right? When it's it's raining outside, your room is cold, you can cover yourself up with a blanket, you go to sleep, you turn over, you know what I mean? Maybe you scroll through your phone for a little bit, you turn over, you go to sleep, right? You get ready for the next day, or okay, you have nothing for the next day, all you can do is sleep. That must be a great feeling. And then you wake up feeling refreshed, you feel new, you feel okay, you feel ready for anything. That's the kind of sleep that's the kind of refreshedness that we all look for, that we all crave. So they call the ASM artists, right? They call people who use different ways to stimulate ASMR, they call them artists, and I think it's just easier to call them ASM artists. There are a couple of the big ones that are I think ASMR is one of those places where it's you can go to a bunch of different YouTube channels and look up different people's ASMRs, and each and every single one of them is going to be completely different. So you can definitely find somebody who does things differently and does things the same. Obviously certain sounds are gonna, remain the same, right? They all do the tapping, you know. And that's nice, that's okay, you know what I mean? I've never been a big fan of the tapping, unless it's I don't know, it has to be interesting material. I like the brushing. I like the brushing a lot more. I don't know why. I think it sounds really cool when they do it on the microphone or when they do it on like a soft material. You know, I think that has a more soothing sound to my ears, or it feels a lot more. It feels soft, if that makes sense. It feels really soft. So, in the last decade, there have been a lot of push. I don't want to say push. Actually, let me take that back. It just feels like there's a lot more ASMR in TV shows and movies and and different kind of mediums of entertainment because ASMR is so popular. But I don't honestly believe that ASMR has been used in every single thing for obvious reasons, right? Like certain movies, maybe they have the characters whispering to each other because they can't talk really loudly, right? That's not them using ASMR for the movie. That's just how the story played out, you know what I mean? But if I watched this YouTube video, I watched this video on how they'll put ASMR in movies and TV shows, like unexpected, you know what I mean? And there are dozens of examples of how stories in TV shows and movies, they'll have ASMR in their film or in their entertainment or whatever, and it's just because they have a quiet moment in the film and it just feels right. It feels soft. It feels good. You know what I mean? I can't describe it, but yeah, that feels good. And every now and then, when you're watching a movie or something and it gets really quiet and soft and ASMR-ish, I sometimes think about that video and I'm like, oh, that's another one for the video, or that's another movie scene that they could add to their video or whatever. That's another thing. So the first ASMR artist started a YouTube channel called Whispering Life in 2009, and she's living in England, and she has her name private. So England 2009, that is wild. ASMR in 2009, that is insane. I wonder who that lady is. She has to be so... I can't imagine what she must be thinking now with how big ASMR is now. I have no idea if Whispering Life is still her YouTube channel name, or if that's still up, or if she still works on it, but that's really interesting. 2009, I would have been in 4th grade, something like that. That's really cool. I really enjoy that. And again, I'm thinking about it from the perspective of when I was a kid, if I had ASMR back then, I'm not saying I would listen to it every single night, but it would definitely maybe calm me down a little bit more during certain things, you know what I mean? I don't know. But I think it's really nice that 2009, that's crazy. She's been doing this over a decade. That's really cool. So the first people who were whispering on YouTube, they didn't really have any idea what ASMR was. They just didn't want to be, how you're talking and sometimes you don't want other people to hear you, so you whisper. That's why they did it. They only whispered, not because they were doing an ASMR channel. They were doing it so that other people didn't hear them. So it became unintentional ASMR, and they became very popular because the whispering was very relaxing for them. You know what I'm saying? So whispering, unintentional or intentionally, there's something relaxing about it. There's something very soothing about it. When I was in school, we were having quiet reading time, or where we're all the kids, all of us were all of my classmates and I were working on something, and my teacher pulled me over to the side to talk about I don't know, some sort of assignment or whatever, like a test or something, and she pulled me over and she would like whisper to me. I always felt really calm and soothed, and it felt really good to like talk one-on-one in like a whispering fashion. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was really nice. So there is also an ongoing research project at ASMR University, and it reveals that ASMR videos are overwhelmingly, exciting and calming, and they decrease your heart rate, and they kind of like give you a tingling sensation. And there is the way that the fact describes it is like, if you want the full ASMR experience, or if it's like something that works for you, you can try the Better Sleep app, and they have ASMR sounds on there that you can listen to. But I just recommend go for a find a YouTube channel, so that way you can find something that you really like. There are so many YouTube ASMR channels with like different voices. Everybody sounds so completely different. You would think that they would all kind of sound the same, or they would all kind of, fit into the same kind of, I don't know what the right word is. They would all kind of like mesh into one, but they're all very different. They're all very unique. Everybody has a different style. Everybody's video is so down to the last whisper, the last trigger that they do, right? Like every one of it just feels so unique. I like this one channel where it's just they don't show the face of the guy, but he has like wooden soup. Does that make sense? It's like he has like wooden balls, and they're like inside of this big wooden bowl, and then he puts water in there, and then he like plays, or like he scoops out the balls, and they bump into each other, and they make like this super satisfying sound. Or with ice, dude, that is so good. Like, and I'm not talking about like just regular, I'm talking about like that good ice, like that cute perfection, like crystal clear stuff. He'll like put ice in there, and then he'll slosh it all around. Oh my gosh, it's so satisfying. It legit sounds amazing, and it's really satisfying to listen to. I don't know what else. There is this there's like this fidget toy. You'll find that they use like different triggers, or like people have come up with different things. But there is this caterpillar fidget toy, and and that thing is so funny. It just, I can't do it justice, obviously, but there is this caterpillar fidget toy, and that is like the best. I thought that was such a unique, what's it called? I thought that was such a unique toy, or like a unique trigger for people, the plastic, you know what I mean? The whole thing, I thought that was so funny and kind of unique. And it satisfies kind of like the tapping noise without tapping. It's more so clicking. But anyways. So, the first peer-reviewed study on ASMR was published in 2015, and it confirmed that ASMR provided temporary relief for those suffering from depression and chronic pain. So, hey, to everybody out there that's suffering from depression or chronic pain, ASMR might give you some relief. It might, take some of the pressure off of you. I also think it might help with stress. If you're feeling overstressed, maybe put on a nice ASMR video and kind of take it down. Just take it down a few steps. You know what I mean? Nothing crazy. Just soft and slow down and take away some of the stress. It it would really help, so, or, just listen to this podcast, you know what I'm saying? That also works, this podcast is for when you're doing anything, even when you're whispering. So if you need to de-stress, hopefully this will work for you. I'm not saying it 100% will, and it's only temporary relief, but you know what I'm saying? I just want to help. And then the same study reported that a whopping 98% of participants used ASMR for relaxation and 82% used it to help them sleep. So I'm definitely in that 98%. It definitely relaxes me. It calms me down. It makes me feel a lot more at peace, especially when, depending on like the sounds themselves, but some people really get into it. Now, I don't think I need to listen to it every single night to fall asleep. In fact, I know I can't, because sometimes, I can't control the sounds, or sometimes it's too loud, or, certain things don't work for me like they would work for others. Like, there are certain videos where it's like they'll do like a hour-long video, and it'll be like different triggers and whatnot, and I'll just there'll be one trigger in particular that I really like, and then the next one that follows it is one that I'm not gonna say it's bad, but it's not one that I'm particularly fond of. So because of that, I just have to think to myself, okay, because it doesn't work for me, that doesn't make it inherently bad. It's just that it just messes up the whole flow, you know what I'm saying? I just want it to be like that one sound, but then they do that one sound or that one trigger for only I'm telling you right now, it feels like the things that I like, they only do for 2 minutes, and then everything else is 10 minutes, 20 minutes. It's like, wait, hold on, why am I not getting the thing that I like? You know what I mean? And nobody does an hour-long video on one trigger. They do it on multiple ones, so that way, if you find one you like, you know what I mean, you can get that one. But anyways, I don't always sleep to it, so that's why I don't always sleep to it, or I don't need it to sleep all the time. But I will say, sometimes you have the spaceship. There's some of the what's it called, spaceship background sounds, you know what I'm saying? Some of these spaceship, when it's the ASMR where it's like you're in a spaceship, but you're not really in a spaceship, you know what I mean? I don't know how to describe. It's like spaceship background noise, you know what I mean? I don't know what the proper term for that is. And forgive me if you hear any background noises, that's somebody else doing some stuff. But anyways, moving on, next fact. Oh snap, okay, so through a small subset, ASMR triggers can be used for sexual stimulation. Only a small percentage report arousal by triggers, but 5% of participants use ASMR for sexual arousal, while 84% disagreed with this notion. So I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I do not get any of the feelings for these sounds, okay? I just want to let you guys know that right now, I use it primarily for sleep, relaxation, and to maybe de-stress or calm down, you know what I mean? I was looking for a sense of peace, okay? It is not that kind of way for me, not at all, alright? You know what I mean? I do not like it that way, but if that's something you like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's wrong. It's not wrong. I'm just saying this fact, this study or whatever, they're just saying that it can be used for that, but it doesn't work for me. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? Good for for you if that does work for you. You know what I mean? You found something that's for you. You found something that you like. You know what I mean? Don't be weird. Don't think you're weird because you like it like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know that I don't like it like that. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, I probably should have skipped over that fact, but you know, gotta check it all off the box. So, the most common ASMR triggers reported are whispering, personal attention that involve like encouraging words and caring role play, crisp sounds, slow movements, and then less common triggers are repetitive movements, smiling, airplane sounds, vacuum cleaner sounds, and laughing. Who wants vacuum cleaner sounds? Nobody wants vacuum cleaner sounds. Airplane sounds. I don't know if they mean like when you're in the airplane and it's like quiet, or if they mean like the outside of an airplane where you hear the jets and everything. I don't think that's what they mean, but anyways. You know, laughing. I mean, how can you really laugh in an ASMR setting? Ha! That's not, you know what I mean? That's not really a good trigger. So, whispering, personal attention, you know what I mean? Crisp sounds, slow movements, that kind of stuff. And again, forgive me for any background noise, you know, people don't know what they're doing. Anyways, so another result of the study suggested that those receptive to ASMR triggers also experience a highly focused state or flow state during ASMR consumption. And I think that's totally fair. Like, you have this certain level of calmness, this certain level, like this degree of focus to like do things better. It's kind of like when they did this study where they showed people like a what's it called? They showed people two different videos. One of them was like of a calm little rabbit, like running around, like nibbling at some grass, you know what I mean? Like laying around, having fun, being cute and stuff, like really soft and quiet. And another one was like of destruction of a car or of like other things, right? Like there's no, you know what I mean? It's like there's more excitement in there. And then they had the people who watch the videos decide to pop a balloon or not pop a balloon, and more people that saw the explosion video popped the balloon, and it was just like, it kind of got them in the mood to like aggression and anger and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? It made them want to crush or pop something, you know? So in the same way, listening to like whispering or ASMR, it can get you a lot more focused. And I guess that's also why they have like the you know, the lo-fi hip hop, the constant live on YouTube that's like of that girl studying. And like when you listen to that kind of music while you study, it kind of helps you out to stay focused, you know what I mean? That kind of background noise helps you get focused, you know what I mean? And so, to identify the traits in that kind of flow state, researchers used like a scale that has participants to rate their. They would rate their experiences on a 5-point scale, and you know, I think a 1 being the lowest and a 5 being the highest of like how they were focusing on stuff. So, and a common experience of like a flow state is that like things seem to happen automatically. So sometimes we do things in our own natural way, and we kind of do them automatically, right? Like the way we type on a computer or the way we write, you know what I'm saying? It's all, you know what I'm saying? It's all happens automatically. So let's say, for instance, we're taking notes for a class, or like we're writing out notes so that way we can, you know, so that way we can study or do whatever, you know what I'm saying? And you'll realize that your your writing will happen automatically. You're so focused, you're so like, you know exactly what you're doing, to the point where it's like you don't even need to think about it, you just do it, you know what I mean? Or maybe sometimes it's muscle memory, or it could be any combination of things. But what I'm trying to get at here is that there are certain things that happen in a flow state where we're in such a focused part of our time that we just like do things without even thinking. It just kind of happens, you know what I mean? You have a clear mind and you have one goal and you're doing it, you're achieving it, you know. And then there's another study published that found that there was a difference in the brain's networked areas between the ASMR and non-ASMR groups, and the result suggested that people experiencing ASMR have atypical wiring in the brain related to sensory associations. That's pretty interesting. So there's like a ASMR and non-ASMR group networked in our brains. That's kind of interesting. So, I think the most popular ASMR trigger has to be the tapping, because they do it so often. But honestly, I like a good whispering, or like the wooden ball soup, or the ice in the water. I really like that. I like the brushing of the mic. I think that's really good. I think the caterpillar one is pretty interesting. I think it's like fun, but I don't think it's like my favorite. What else is there? Yeah, I don't know. I think that there is the personal attention videos are kind of alright, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But everybody's different, everybody's allowed to be different. So, ASMR has been proven to be an effective way to improve sleep quality and reduce stress levels. In one study, individuals who viewed ASMR videos reported feeling more relaxed and less anxious after viewing the videos. Another study found that ASMR effectively reduced anxiety and improved sleep quality in individuals with insomnia. I imagine ASMR is really popular among insomniacs. If you have a really difficult time sleeping, then turn on a ASMR video and it'll relax you and get you to sleep, and it'll make you feel like, you know what I mean? It'll help you unwind after a long day, you know what I'm saying? I imagine that if you do have trouble sleeping and you go to like a doctor, they might, you know what I mean? I think the main thing that they will do is kind of they'll make you stay awake. You can't go to sleep, so you'll have to stay awake constantly, and then they'll force you to like, now you can go to sleep, and then they'll monitor your sleeping habits just to get a better understanding of like how you sleep, or like why you sleep, or certain things that happen in your sleep. And I thought about this, right? Like, imagine you go to like you're an insomniac and you go to a sleep clinic and they're like, all right, we're just gonna watch you sleep, and then you go to sleep, and then you just farting up a storm. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? Just like a constant farting, and you just like, and the guys watching you sleep are just like, what the hell? They're just like, this guy is tooting up a storm right here. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be really funny. But anyways, it'll reduce anxiety and it improves your sleep quality. And I think that's very true. I think it definitely helps with the calmness, you know. There are ASMR podcasts out there. So, this is just one episode. This is not representative of my whole podcast. But if you do enjoy this, there are other ASMR ASMR podcasts out there that are like just as relaxing, that are just as capable. You can do justice. You know what I mean? You'll probably enjoy a lot more because, you know what I mean? But anyways. So, why has ASMR become more popular as it like has gone on as like social media and stuff? Like, why is it so popular? And I think that it's really popular because we are so stressed and we have so much anxiety. And this is like a great way to deal with the stress and anxiety. It's a great stress relief. It's a great way to like unwind and be calm. But ASMR isn't going anywhere. ASMR is definitely here to be a part of our lives and is definitely here to, help us out. Right? I don't think I've ever seen anybody hate on ASMR, like, ASMR is stupid or any of that. It's just like, it's there if you need it, you know what I mean? If you don't need it, if it's not your cup of tea, then so be it. But I've never met anybody who is like against ASMR. Sure, people might find it weird, but you're not you're not cool either. Like, you're weird too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, ASMR is definitely one of those cool things, but there's a bunch of benefits to ASMR, to whispering, to all of these things. Taking it in is like, it reduces anxiety, stress, it improves your mood, it'll relax you, it'll improve your quality of sleep, like, and there's no risk to like ASMR. Like, what's the worst that happens if you listen to ASMR? Like, you're not gonna, it's not really there to hurt you. It's there to be there if you need it, you know what I mean? So, in the end, I think the best thing for you to do is, I'm not going to tell you to take in ASMR. You definitely don't have to if you don't want to. But give it a try, see for yourself. And I think most people are going to say, like, yeah, it's a great thing. Or everybody has, like, something about it that they like. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, long story short, when you're whispering, be calm. You know what I mean? When you're whispering, kind of relax, take it easy, take a breather. You know what I'm saying? It's typically used to calm people down or to get information across without other people hearing you. But I don't know. I think whispering is one of those relaxing things about speech that is so soothing and so soft, and I do kind of like it. But regular talking is just as great too. But anyways, yeah. I hope this episode relaxed you guys. I hope maybe I should do another one of these. I don't know, but when you're whispering, keep it cool, keep it relaxed, stay nice and quiet. But anyways, guys, I also wanted to do the finger things, because I thought that I like that. I think those are great openings. Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening. I'll talk to you guys all next time. Thank you.